Happy Holy Day, Muslims, on this holy day. We want to give thanks to all the Moors who are pushing and moving forward to get certain things done. Making this video is because I've been pondering on a few things for the past couple of days. And one of them is being the fact that a lot of people now within their domicile within the state republics are getting a lot of resistance and illegal activity from the recorders in the various state republics of the county courts in regards to nationals filing their proclamation and declaration of nationality on the record for the record. So by the agents of those said entities, you know what I'm saying, whose jobs are to file our documents on the record, because they're not allowed to give legal advice, right? So me thinking about this and getting a lot of resistance, I've been thinking about various private ways of going about getting things done. Like for instance, drafting your declaration of nationality, you know what I'm saying, sealing it and getting it notarized by a notary, and then sending it to the Secretary of State to notify them of the same and certify that. Because with each certification from the Secretary of State comes a number, a filing number. Okay? So you can go that route. And the route that I was thinking about, you know, it's funny because the Prophet had all these things lined up already. And one of them being the paper. You know what I'm saying? And the paper is another way to publicate our proclamations in the public. No different than how people hand out flyers and stuff like that, right? So my thought was to create a paper. For Sunnah University, in which Moors who are proclaiming or who are declaring and proclaiming their nationality in which to do so for the public record, we can construct a paper in which we not only put in information which can be shared with the different state republics, and I'm not talking about charging for this. I'm not talking about charging. I'm talking about simply putting the word out. Okay? So I'm creating a template for that, all right? If anyone is interested in that template, feel free. But I want to create things in a way where there's different ways we can publicly get the word out. We can do that via YouTube, whether that's through a video, right? A video is public record. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you have the file for that video, that can be utilized as public record. Also, if you have I lost that thought because there was something else I wanted to get to in regards to the filing, right? Dealing with the newspaper, right? So if you get a file, right, which has information and you specifying that you are declaring your nationality for the public record, you know what I'm saying, and you affirm some codes and you sign that under the penalty of the perjury, you know what I'm saying, under the laws of the Zodiac Constitution and the laws of the United States of America, that everything you say is on the record for the record. Then you can print that out and start handing it out. Go into stores. Hey, can I leave a few copies of these? What are these? Hey, these are just public notices I want to leave out. Go ahead. Then go down to the county courthouse. Put some of those public notices out. Leave a stack or two. Hand some of that to some of the clerks. Not to file, but here, take this. Leave that in the office. Take that. Leave this in the office. All that is public record. That's other ways of thinking outside the box in terms of getting the word out. You know what I'm saying? And then you can take a copy and certified mail it. You know what I mean? To the court. Because the moment they receive it via certified mail, it's been filed. You can go that route too. Okay? Because once it's been received by the agent of the post office, okay, especially if you do it via certified and registered mail, it's been received. Okay? So you can go that route and then use the certified mailing number as the filing number. Okay, because the post office is a financial institution. Also, and like I said, through the paper, so there's various ways we need to start finding ways of getting the public record out without necessarily going through the county court, especially if the agencies are not abiding to their oaths, okay, and they're mistreating and abusing their power and stopping a lot of the people from putting their declarations and publishing it on the record. All right, so there's different ways we can go about that. We're not just stuck with the county. All right, so there's different ways that we can empower ourselves and get things done without the need of waiting on others for permission. All right, we have plenty of things in place that we can utilize to use for public record. Okay, so I'm just putting the idea out because the thoughts resonating in my mind. So I figured I would share it for all those who are feeling they're stuck and they're being refused at various different counties, you know what I'm saying, and such. But you know what I'm saying, there's no excuse for that, however, if you have not done the research and look up the filing procedures of the county you're at. All right, it's everyone's obligation. It's everyone's obligation to do that. So if you haven't done that, then it's on you. You got to get that right. All right, now after doing the research and you're still getting denied, and it's simply put, the clerks are just being ignorant and they're just violating their oath, then at that point we as people have to find out other ways. Okay, because we created this government, so we can obviously, being the ones who created it, certainly think outside the box in ways where, what if this thing wasn't in place? Because we were operating in ways where certain things weren't in place, but we were all right, we still function. All right, so there's other ways to get the public word out. No different than when someone has a show and they print out flyers and then they have someone go hand out the flyers. That's public notice. Okay, and then they can use that flyer as evidence. Okay, so you got to think about all these things. All right, you got to think about all these things. That was a beauty too, old school Chevy. You know what I'm saying? So focus on these things. Don't feel like you're stuck. You can't make moves. You can. The power is in the people. But if you don't realize you're one of the people, you're not gonna one, be aware of your power. And so if you're not aware of it, you're definitely not gonna utilize it. You see what I'm saying? So don't feel stuck. I am fortunate, you know what I'm saying, that I'm in a state. I'm in Washington State Republic. That I'm in a state where it actually is a republic, where people do have the right, and things are still functioning as such. Not all the states are like that. So we have to find, as people, we have to find and brainstorm and critically think about different ways of still getting the job done, both legally and lawfully, whether we're getting resistance in one place, two places, or three places. This is a time when we got to learn how to get over the hump. And if the hump ain't trying to be moved, then we got to use our mind and find another route around it. It doesn't make the process, it doesn't diminish the process. Okay, because it's all about getting the word out, public notice. The easiest way, of course, is just to file it on the public record. That's a convenient way. It's an easy way. But like I said, if you're getting resistance and you're doing everything according to the law, and you're getting resistance due to the fact of people abandoning their oaths, then you got to get creative and find other ways to get the job done as God. Okay, no excuses. So this is what I've been thinking upon. So I'm putting a newspaper together for myself, okay, for Sunel Shi Amaru Republic. It is going to be titled Abin Aramala. Abin Aramala. All right, that's the name of the newspaper, means son of a widow. So with that being said, that's what my brothers and sisters will be using now to put the word out, put notices out. If we're putting suits out against people, we're going to put the word out via public notice, which is the right of the people. We can't allow monkeys to stop our show. We can't allow monkeys to stop our show. And I'm not just talking about monkeys per se. They could be my complexion, whatever complexion. We can't let monkeys stop our show. We got to keep the show rolling. All right, the same way this earth rotates every day, we can't allow things to stop our rotation. The day will come. The time will come. It got to get done regardless. No excuses. So I'm just throwing out different things that I've been brainstorming about. All right? And I'm already putting those things into place. getting the word out. Go into the grocery store, dropping a few copies, and just hand. As you're walking by people, just hand them out. Hand them out. Hand them out. What are you handing out? Hey, I'm making a public declaration of my name and nationality. This is for the public record. Here, take a copy. Take a copy. Take a copy. You know, when I thought about that, my mom went, whoa, that's so simple. That's so simple. Just have our own paper. All right. So that's what I wanted to share with the family. All right. Peace. Happy Holy Day. Islam.